CDs, like 5 bands. So it was like, man, I went to some guys in the street and was like, hey, listen, me and my buddy just put out a tape. I spent most of my money doing the tape. I want y'all come with me and y'all can leave the hood, y'all can get behind me. I'm writing them, I told them, I'm writing the music. We not even put the album out, and then that's what made me write my first demo tape. And I did that with the help of like everybody in the hood. We printed it up, 1,000 CDs, and that's the story of how I really started.
So what were you listening to in those early days? Who was Gucci Mane's influences?
You know, I guess early back in the days, the pioneers, the forefathers, because my brother turned me on to a lot of rap, and he was 6 years older than me, so I guess like LL Cool J, Dougie Fresh back when I was super young, like 8 or 9, because my brother was a big fan of music. But when I started like teenage, I was a big fan of like Memphis rappers like Skinny Pimp, Project Pat. Yeah. In Atlanta, I used to like Kilo, the Hard Boys, Ghetto Mafia. I always, even now, that's why I said I always tried to develop. I always wanted to like underground street rappers that I felt like was telling the story that I was living, that I was seeing.
And for somebody that didn't want to rap a verse, nobody has a catalog like you. Like, do you even get lost in how much content you put out? Because you put out so much music.
I was thinking about that when I was coming up here today, and I was like, what you gonna say if they ask you about how many albums you got? And I was like, I know I got over 100 and something albums and mixtapes, but I think I wanna like get to 365 albums or mixtapes. So I can just drop an album, like every day you can listen to a new Gucci album or 1017 album, like it's my legacy.
I think for Atlanta, I think we need to know what Gucci Mane thinks of his top 3 mixtapes.
That's tough. Woo! Y'all got some picks?
My top 3 mixtapes that I made?
Yes, you think. Yeah, your humble opinion.
We'll be here.
I know number 1 is Chicken Talk.
Chicken Talk?
Yeah. And Chicken Talk because I had just got out of jail for the murder charge. The day I got out of jail, I met with my label and we got in a big argument and I never talked to my label again. Big Cat, that's how they
Wow.
That was the day I got out. So they ended up putting out the album Murder Was the Case of like all my old music. All the albums they put out because I never talked to them again after I got out that day. But I was in the hood and I made the Chicken Talk album. I really had said, damn rap, because I didn't like my deal, my contract. I just went back to the hood and like the Chicken Talk is you know, not over text, I'm saying it's like, you know how Pac said it's the truest shit you ever spoke? I ain't saying I'm the best rapper or no Tupac, but like, you can't be more real than that. Because I was doing everything I was saying because I felt like, fuck everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, this reminds me of spoke on your situations. Like, where did that come from? What made you want to make that record?
Well, to me it was just, I guess it was just on my brain or on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to preach to nobody, like I said in the song. It's almost like you say, I don't want to be a hypocrite either, you know, like, because I know me and my brother Pete, let's just say, or me and anybody in the industry that I'm close friends with, something that happened or somebody that passed, and then we'll send it to each other and be like, man, this messed up, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, we got to do better, this and that. But a lot of my music don't say that. So I'm like, let me just go in the studio and say, hey man, maybe we need to get past this. And I know I done did this before, so I ain't trying to be a hypocrite, but hey, listen, this kind of going to a bad direction. You see what I'm saying? You dissing people, you put the energy out there, and somebody end up dead. So I'm seeing that happen over and over again. So I just put it out.
So it was genuine, it's 100%.
Just genuine. I wasn't thinking like this song gonna be no hit record, be on the radio. I knew that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even with a lot of thought into it. I just freestyled and shot the video like the next day.
What was the experience like doing the verses with Jeezy? Was it as intense as we thought we saw when we were watching it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, and it's like, you know, a lot of people always ask me about the verse, and to me it's like, I wouldn't say it's not a big deal because it was a big deal and it was a good example. We showed that people can, you know, iron out their problems and get past it or whatever. But it kind of happened so fast, like, hey, you want to do a verse, y'all want to do, you know, I weigh the pros and cons and help you catalog and do this and that. And I said, do it. But I didn't know when I got on the stage that was going to happen. I was going to say that I didn't go up there thinking like, you know, I'm bringing negative energy, it's going to be there. It just really came out like.
But just on some battle shit, you came with round 1, you came with Benchwarmers verse 2, like, you really came on some battle rap.
I wasn't, it wasn't, that I'm trying to tell you, it's not a battle rap. This shit was not no diss reference. I mean what I say, I say what I mean, you know. So my thing was, if I was bad enough to say it in the studio, I'm bad enough to say it in your face. You know, that's just how I felt personally.
So when you guys do So Icy, is that a genuine moment also? Like, did you feel like that brought some closure to things?
Yes, because after I did what I did, and he came back and said what he said, I felt what he was saying. You know, he used the examples and everything, and I'm listening to what he's saying. So I'm like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? For the same way that, like, for the good that can help other people, like, let's get past this, let's get this on the video. Like, I don't even perform So Icy on my concert. I probably ain't performed So Icy since 2005. It's just, I don't even, I hate to say it, but I don't even though I got So Icy, it wasn't at the start of my career kind of, but it's like, I don't even like performing that song. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like, hey, you know, that kind of like, when I left, I felt like, damn, I wish I would have said what I said, but then at the same time, I was like, glad that we did that. That showed that I'm involved and I'm growing up. I ain't the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You also put out, man, it's still breaking my heart. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I feel like I've been grieving silently since he passed. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, but he still inspired me. You know what I'm saying? To this day, like I listen to him even like before I work out sometimes just to get motivated.
Right. Do you feel like he does get his flowers?
I think Doc got his flowers, you know what I'm saying? For me, he definitely in my top 5, and just what he did and how he always stayed on my own boss. I don't need nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm independent, I'm putting my folks on, like, I just respect his hustle. And we kind of, even the way we met with him paying me for a feature, you know what I'm saying? He came, drummer boy, like, hey, my friend want to do a feature with you. And he paid for the feature, and I just like, kept a relationship with him because I just say he was a cool dude.
Right. And waiting for all these tragedies, too, I know that you go to therapy. Is that a new experience for you as well? Going to therapy? Yeah. Talk about how that has been an impact on your life.
Well, therapy was, I said I'm gonna write a book about like mental health. You know what I'm saying? It's like gonna be my 3rd book. I can say like
best-selling author, man.
Sorry. I'm serious.
Best-selling author, man.
But therapy, I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? I can see how therapy can help a lot of people. And I've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of challenges. But, you know, therapy can be therapeutic, but I got other ways that I feel like help me with my challenges.
Right. A lot of actually is your wife, what we said.
100%.
Mrs. Davis.
Mrs. Davis. So what, was that the 5th anniversary present? Like, what made you make that record? When you make a record like that, do you play it for her or reveal it to her later? Like, how do you? I
surprised her with it. I just like text her like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And she was like, I love you.
That's the best love letter ever, man.
I was real. Like I say, you know, my wife showed me a lot. She put me on a lot of game as far as, you know, being responsible, being mature, you know what I'm saying? Watching how she run her business, watching how she, you know, conduct her finances, save her money. It made me just say like, hey man, I gotta stop all the childish stuff I'm doing. If she can handle her business like that and elevate, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like be honest, she gave me a perfect example. And it just made me be more professional in what I'm doing.
And congratulations on all you guys are expecting a new baby.
Yeah.
Ice got somebody to play with.
Ice got a partner. Yeah.
Ice executive, he was an executive producer for Ice Dad.
Yes. Ice is groomer. Ice to be the next executive.
He's a light-skinned king, man.
Ice is crazy, man.
Ice the coldest, man.
Yeah, he definitely the coldest.
I know you said you talk about wanting to put out a new book, but I know you sold your rights to Paramount Pictures for a Gucci Mane movie.
I just got my rights back. I just recently got my rights back for the book. Yeah. So you know, I wrote the book, and I was gonna do a movie with Paramount. I did sell them my rights, but it was so long ago that it expired. So now I might either shop that or do it myself because at the end of the day, I really don't need nobody. I can finance my own stuff. I probably got more money than Paramount.
Who's gonna play Gucci Mane? If we get this final pick comes to life, who's gonna play Gucci Mane?
At first I was like, you know, I want to play myself like 50 Cent play himself, you know what I mean? And Eminem play himself at 8 Mile. Seriously, because the people who I sold my life rights to, they did the Eminem movie. So I'm like, you know, if Eminem can do it, I can do it or whatever. But now I'm thinking like, I want the dude who plays the Snowfall. I think he should do it.
You gonna get the Gucci Man like the 06 Gucci Man?
You got to go through the 06 Gucci, the fat Gucci. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through that.
I heard one interview you were saying that everything goes together, right? Like you taking care of your, the prosperity matches all that, right? Like you almost
can't
connect
fake
with
it.
it.
Like they said, got to be in and not on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake it.
Yeah. But you think about it, like you spoke about it, damn near blackball, you know, you get incarcerated, people think it's over for you, right? The majority of people counted you out. You know, this is one of the greatest hip-hop comeback stories, redemption, like, you know.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And the story still ain't going, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They counted me out. They thought I was gonna get 20 years. But just the good thing about it, like all those friends, they like fell by the wayside. So when I got out, I don't got none of those friends no more.
They ain't got Gucci's number no more, man.
So what's the rest of 2022 looking like for you, Gucci?
You need a solo album, Gucci.
What's going on 2022?
Yeah, with the rest of the year, because it feels like you're one of the most prolific artists of all time. But it feels like you scaled back a little bit on the releases.
I got 7 new artists I signed since 2020. And my whole thing was like I really just been dropping compilations to get everybody on them, because I'm like, I done dropped 100 and some albums. Like my whole thing was when they signed to me and, you know what I'm saying, put their career in my hands, it's like, this one thing I feel like I can do that another exec can't do. I can make songs with you, I can do takes with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm really like, I don't mind giving my time. Like I ain't one of them bougie artists, like I can't do that. I do 20 songs with my artists to break them, and that's what I'm doing.
Are you competitive when you go in the booth with some of these artists? Because I'm listening to Gucci and like I'm like, Gucci Man is busting ass on a lot of these records.
I ain't gonna lie, like once you got a record company and you got the equity, it make you rap like, you know what I'm saying? You rapping for, it's different.
Even like Jelani, like you doing different flows and like you see inspired, like
I'm just saying, now that I got the equity in my company, the way I have it is like I'm passionate about when I put out music. It's different when you're just trying to fulfill an album obligation as opposed to this is yours.
You're in a very unique position, like, you know, you often mention the executives, the Todd Moskowitz's, Julie Greenwald's, Mike Kaiser's, like, your history with Atlantic, like, you talk about that, and it seems like you've always been able to, like, build this great partnership with them, but still have immense creative freedom and really empower yourself, right?
Well, we didn't have our bumps in the roads and ups and downs, but, you know, we have a great partnership. I done learned a lot from them, you know what I'm saying, especially Todd, where they in Atlantic, Julie, Ray, you know what I'm saying, Carlin, they go out their way to just help me. It's almost like with the 1017 in Atlantic, 1017 is really mostly me, and Atlantic they do their part as partners, you know what I'm saying? It's really like the true definition of a partnership. But it took a minute to get to this point, but we're in a good space now.
That's dope. So we're wrapping up, man, like legacy-wise, like, you know, like you said, you're obviously a legend, like when you, I think one song you said, you know, you still at a certain point, may feel like you don't get the full recognition. You know, you've always kind of been the underdog. You said one interview, the chip on the shoulder is always going to be there. Like, so when you look at it, how do you view your legacy?
I feel like I'm not finished, you know what I'm saying? I take an accountability, the mistakes I made, you know what I'm saying? Getting locked up and like a lot of artists I signed ain't with me, you know, that was my fault. And I do want to be considered a mogul, and you can't be the mogul without the hundreds and hundreds of millions or the billion, you know, so I'm gonna be considered a mogul, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking this shit down, you know, and that's what
yeah, so nice for that.
Yeah, he's a legend.